This is Martha from Calgary, Alberta, and today is a snowy day. I'll take you for a little walk to share with you 3 essential mindset shifts that are so important for success. They help me in my journey as a newcomer to Alberta, Canada, also in reaching my financial freedom number, even having a very small income, and now on my road to entrepreneurship. I hope some of these will remind you of the things that are important to keep in mind all the time because they help us in our process of growth. So let me start by telling you that when I arrived here, it was actually the second snowstorm of the year. And right now, this is the second snow. The first one melted, but for some reason, I think this one is going to stick. I think because colder weather is on its way. So the first one that I want to tell you about is positivity. You know that most of our thoughts, about 80% of our thoughts, are negative. We're constantly thinking negative thoughts. And 95% of those thoughts are also redundant. They're repetitive over and over and over again. And the sad thing is that we spend a lot of our lives in negative things that sometimes never even happen. We worry about, we think about, we're constantly in that thought process. So some of those things are very, very harmful to growth. They're harmful to success. They're harmful to the ability to see things in a different way. Because when you're constantly thinking about, talking about, contemplating all those negative thoughts, you are not able to see all the possibilities. You're not able to see the positive things that are happening around you or the possibilities that are lying ahead. So, how to combat these? Well, it is hard, especially when you're going through a negative circumstance. For example, when you are you are a newcomer to a country and you are going through difficult steps in your journey when things are not easy. However, the way that we can combat them is with positivity, to be able to see things in a different perspective. So this takes practice, and it has taken a lot of practice for me because it has meant that I had to change the conversations that I had out loud, and I had to change the conversations that were going around in my head. So I use the term reframe a lot. I told myself anytime I catch myself having negative thoughts, I will use the word reframe. So for example, when I said, oh, this really sucks, then I would tell myself, reframe. And I would see the situation, I say, oh, this is challenging, but I believe I can do it. So that just doesn't change the situation. It doesn't change the circumstance. It just changes the way that you think about the situation. So that has been really, really helpful for me to see things in a different light. And you can practice positivity in many ways. One of them is gratitude. To be thankful for even the little things. Right now I see the beauty around me. When it's white, everything looks so beautiful. Then the other one is optimism. Seeing everything with a positive outlook. And you will tell right away when you are surrounded by people who are pessimistic, because when you learn and put into practice uh, you will start noticing not only your own conversations, the conversations that go in your head. You will start picking up on the conversations of others, and you'll want to tell them, reframe. But of course, you don't have control about what others say, and you don't have control about what others do. You only have control over yourself. But what happens also is you don't really want to be listening to those conversations anymore. Sometimes it means that you may not want to hang around with people who are not optimistic, and that's sad. But you begin to practice this, and that you start seeing things to be thankful and optimistic about all the time. And then seeing the best in every situation. Now, in every situation, there's always different perspectives. So instead of seeing something as, well, this is so bad, seeing it, oh, how can I look at it a different way? And seeing that the positive side of it, let's put it that way. And then the important thing is the importance of creating happiness around you, for you and for those around you. Because you will know that when you are pessimistic, when you are negative, when you are having a little cloud over wherever you go, you not only influence yourself, you influence all the people around you. That's why it's so hard to listen to conversations when you get used to living in a mindset and telling yourself and seeing things on the brighter side. It becomes easier the more you practice. I've been practicing this for years. It has helped me so much, but I can't say that I'm a master of it yet. I continue to practice, and I continue to grow and to improve upon what I've already achieved. So I hope that with practice, you will get so good that you will be amazed at your own journey. The second one is resilience. It kind of goes together with positivity. Resilience is the ability to bounce back after a setback, after a challenge, and the ability to adapt and recover. As newcomers, we learn the art of resilience because we have so many challenges, so many setbacks when we arrive to a country different than ours. So there are challenges in terms of career, there's challenges in terms of a job, in terms of language, in terms of community, in terms of friendship. There's just so many to number. But one of the things that is important even for the government of Canada is to determine your adaptability. Adaptability is one of those things that tells somebody else you are able to be resilient and bounce back. Now, adaptability is measured in different ways. One of them is if you have family in Canada, you're more likely to adapt to this country. You have something that holds you here in Canada. If you know the language, it also helps. So there are many things that can help us with the ability to adapt. But basically, the mind is the one that helps in this process. Also, accepting challenges. Now, challenges will come, so you have a choice. You can. The first reaction will be no, that's not for me, that I'm not going to accept it. But the second thing is the ability to say to yourself, this is a challenge. This was unexpected. I did not foresee it. But I'm going to take it however it is now, and I'm going to do the best I can under the circumstances. And the third thing is the ability to regulate emotions. And this is also really important for resilience because emotions sometimes play in how we feel about a situation. And if you are able to control the emotions that you have, like anger, rage, unfairness, you are also able to determine how you're reacting. So that is a very big component of resilience. And the first few years in Canada, I was not brave enough to go for a walk in the winter, especially when it was cold. I moved from California, Los Angeles, California, where it was nice and warm. So it was a big change, but resilience played a big key in my newcomer journey, and it also played a big key in getting back up from my financial struggles to my road to financial freedom. The third one that I'm going to talk about is growth-oriented thinking. What does this mean? To think in terms of growth. And this was one of the important things that I learned through the writings of Carol Dweck. She writes in a book called Mindset. She talks about growth thinking. And it is the ability to view life as a process of continual improvement. Nothing is static. Nothing is unchanging. Everything is possible to improve upon. And the validation comes not from the outside, what people, how people view you. It comes from inside. It comes from the internal validation, the internal motor that says, I am able to change the circumstances. I am able to progress from where I am at to another place where I want to get. So what things can help you with developing this growth-oriented thinking? In my personal experience, embracing challenges has been a big part of it. Challenges are going to be there no matter what, especially as a newcomer, especially someone who's struggling in different areas of life. Challenges are there, right and left. But the ability to embrace them and say, I welcome you, challenge. Now, what do you have for me? And figuring out different ways that you can continue to grow as a person regardless of that challenge that has been set before you. This sounds easier than it is, but it is a process. You might not get there in one day. It'll probably take some practice to start thinking that way. The other one is that we continually learn from others. We continually learn from other people's experiences. And being inspired by others is another way to continually grow. And this was really important for me too, because 7 years ago, I read a book called Financial Freedom. And this person got to financial freedom in 5 years. I got to $1 million. And I decided, okay, I want it. I want it for me. And that time I was making so little that, it wasn't even at zero. I was in debt. But I decided I'm going to be inspired by this person. And although their job, their ability to make an income was much higher, maybe they didn't have the challenges that I had, I decided I'm going to be inspired and I'm going to follow a similar journey. Not the same, but a similar journey. So this has helped me, and I hope it also inspires you to continually see others as inspiration. The other thing is believing that intelligence is not something that is set. You are born with an IQ and that is it. That's all you get in life. The growth mindset says you are able to continually develop skills, continue to master in many different areas. You can develop yourself, your skills, your potential. And this really helps me right now as I'm starting a new journey of entrepreneurship. I know nothing. I have no experience and I have no prior knowledge in this area. As I studied mostly in the health services, being a nurse. That's mostly my experience. But I decided there's nothing set that says I cannot do it. So I've decided to embrace this and continue to grow, continue to learn, continue to challenge myself, and you can too. These are the skills that have helped me so much in the past few years to get to where I am, and they're the same skills that I will continue to develop so that I can achieve my goals, the goals that I have set for myself. When I voiced them out loud, I thought these goals are really big. 100K in 22 months. But I believe that anything is possible. And if you believe them, if you believe in your dream, anything is possible for you. So I will not make this too long, and I wish you a beautiful week and that you continue to grow, to develop, to keep a positive outlook in life. That will help you so much, and to learn the techniques for resiliency, for continuing to bounce back even though the circumstances may not be good for you right this instant. So continue growing, continue blooming, and we'll see you on my next video.